Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We saw protests across Nigeria yesterday, from Lagos to the rest of the southwest. We saw in Niger Delta, Edo, Rivers, Delta State. We saw in the north, but we didn't see or we didn't hear of any protests in the southeast, which is, you call it Biafra land, which is Igbo land. Why do you think the southeast refused to be part of the protest yesterday in Nigeria?
No, I don't want to accept that because if you say southeast Biafra land, no, when we talk about Biafra land is south, south, and southeast. No matter how you look at it. But unfortunately, the eastern part of the land was not involved because of reserved ethnic sentiment, that's been championed by other major ethnic groups in Nigeria, like the Yorubas, and the consequences of the Yoruba elites, not making a statement in that regard, not saying anything, it means a lot of things. It means they will say childless means a lot of things. Anybody can interpret it in any way. We expected at the beginning, Abination, when on Bayo and Ononuga made that kind of statement, I expected the Yoruba elite to come on air and call for caution, or even put pressure on the Tinubu-led administration, to checkmate such statement, or even ask him to relieve him of his job, because that statement is unfounded, and they have been feasting on it clearly to the understanding of Igbos, given what transpired in 2023 presidential election. And subsequently, we have seen a relatively ganged up, agenda by some other groups, both in the north and to deprive the entire Igbo nation, the presidency to deprive the entire Igbo nation, federal government present in the eastern part of the country to continue in their seemingly marginalization of Igbos, like in the issue of the rail, destruction of Igbo property, the keeping of Nnamdi Kanu illegally. There are so many we cannot mention. We're talking about ministerial appointment, federal character. The Igbo man is nowhere to be found. Everything about Nigeria is seen as belonging to the Yorubas and the Northerners. So they should bear the consequences, that comes with it, And Nigeria has never moved forward from where it is for over 104 years because, the Igbos have not been able to, take a proper position because we believe in humanity, we believe in development, we believe in growth, we believe in advancement, That's the hallmark of every Igbo man, and that is why wherever they are, they illuminate, what I mean by illuminate, they give light, that's what, you understand? They make sure that things works perfectly, But Nigeria has been struggling over Nigeria for years, and we are there. Even when we came very close, there was this gang up in 2023 election, and Obi was denied. Manipulated, even though we know that Yorubas have also enjoyed their tenure twice under democratic rule. But when you get to it, you might see the gang up between the Northerners and of course the Yorubas. Now they are saying that Igbos must go in Lagos State. I doubt because they should remember that even in the far north, there was resistance some time ago. Igbos does not react. We are the Jews of Africa. No matter how you look at it, we don't react, But the day we are going to react, it will be something anybody should stop at every point in time, threatening Igbo race. Thank God for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who has come out publicly, to call Yoruba elders, elite, to speak up, for national peace and stability. And of course, the governor of Lagos State has also responded. Kudos, thank you, the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor Sanwo-Olu, for that, charismatic, for that courage, to condemn by Anonuga and the rest of them, and the rest of the elements. So there are millions of reasons for that, which this platform cannot be able to give us that time to do that. But no matter how you look at it, we insisted, just like what we told Buhari when he came into power, when he was contesting. We told him we are not going to vote for him because we saw already incompetence, and bigotry in him, and nepotism filled all of our crowd on his head. And we say we are distancing ourselves. And him to reciprocate it by saying 5%, whatever, shit. Okay, we agree. Igbo survived Buhari draconian and tyrannic leadership against the Igbo nation. Now, Tinubu has come again, giving appointments, the appointing ministers, where other regions are having 10, 11 ministers, Igbos are only having 5. When they did their railroad and thereabout, Igbos in Biafra land was not part of the project. When they are awarded contracts, they are not giving contracts. For the struggle you are seeing today was the struggle of Igbo identity, and we continue to push for it. Without government presence, and that is where we stand today. That the Yorubas and the Hausas who have destroyed this nation to fix this nation.
So we've seen, for example, a Yoruba man came here and said that he's very happy that the Igbos did not join. Because if the Igbos have joined the protest, they would have said that the Igbos are the ones that are planning to cause unrest in the nation. He said, even though he's a Yoruba man, but he's always happy that, it's always sad that Igbos have always been the target. The Igbos are always, how do I put it, being seen as the black sheep. That the Igbos not protesting now. That people have opened now that Igbos are not the problem, but hunger and poverty is the problem. Finally, before I let you go, do you think that the Igbos are justified in not coming out to protest, even though they came, obviously they will come out in some part of the north and in southwest? But the Yoruba man said that why these Yoruba people that are in Igbo land, or other people came out and nobody will have stopped them. What do you have to say about that statement?
It tells you our nature, we are very accommodating, and it's just that we have that adventurous spirit, and it's not our making, it's something that is in our DNA. Igbo man love adventure, Igbo man love to, understand some things, Igbo man love knowledge. But you can see, just like what happened in Germany in those days, where Adolf Hitler rose against the Jews. The Jews at that time, we are not traitors to anybody, but that deep reservation over how they pioneer themselves to greatness, they discover, innovate, and do some other wondrous things that people do not understand how they came about. But in Nigerian factor, there are millions of reasons why Igbos are being targeted. The rising of Africa today depends on how Biafra is going to rise. And they know that any space that Igbo man has is going to make use of it, not to a threat to anybody, to a collective interest, for a collective interest. Igbos have successfully added so much value to Nigeria, even without them being president, without them being in government. You can see, you can speak for yourself. Unless you want that pretext to be here. We don't kill, we are not S-men, we are not extremists. So what is the big deal? The struggle for political position. Peter said it. It's not desperate. And so they should leave us alone. Let's not be calling us unnecessarily. The issue of protest is very clear. We will have right, to decide whether we'll join or not. But because of the threat, Igbo man business is scattered all over the 36 states. Yoruba man business is not scattered like that. The Hausa man business is not scattered like that. These are people who depend on government, to survive at the end of the day. So they target Igbo man business at the end of the day.
Good morning, sir. Morning. We saw protests in different parts of Nigeria, peaceful in Lagos State, and in other parts of Southwest. We saw protests in Niger Delta, talking about Edo, River State, and we saw also in Delta State. Then in the north, it also some violence and everything. But the question is this to you. We didn't see any protests in Southeast.
Yeah,
I'm coming to Biafra land. Instead, I saw something that made me laugh. We saw some families in Enugu State, they came for me, and they were celebrating, and they said that Tinubu continue, and they love Tinubu. What do you have to say? And why do you think that there's no protest in the Southeast?
Southeasterners are quite different from Nigeria. One point, they are the people of Biafra land. Different in ideology, different in tradition, different in religion, different in intellectualism, different in technology and the science. Technology know-how of the southeastern Nigeria is quite different from Nigerian technology. So everything now has divided itself. The reason why the Easterners did not protest in the southeast, have to cite one important examples. During the inception of the protest, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, today is second, right?
Yes.
That was yesterday. The Southeasterners are still in a very, very pensive mood over Nnamdi Kanu unnecessary, reckless, careless detention, incarceration.
Okay.
So they were observing, I think, 4 to 5 day sit at home. So he fall in within this protest.
Yes.
So that's why if you look at the southeastern hemisphere yesterday, everywhere was like ghost town, cemetery, that's graveyard, as silent as, no movement, nobody saying anything, no noise, because they are still observing the unnecessary incarceration of their son, MNK, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, Odogua, Abakodi case, one na Igbo. He is still incarcerated illegally, extrajudicially.
Yes.
So that's why everybody were one corner in enclosure inside Stain Road, mostly protected restaurant or beer parlor, drinking their palm wine, beers, and dining together, merry with their kinsmen, friends, brothers and sisters.
Yes.
So the other part of Nigeria, we see bloody protests in Kano State.
Yes.
We see bloody protests
Kaduna in Abuja.
Kaduna, bloody protests in Niger, where 6 protesters were mown down with blood. Something happened in Jigawa. Something happened everywhere, all over north yesterday. Blood was what? Flowing. See, Igbo man did not partake. One, in the southwest here, the Igbos were given notice by their Yoruba counterparts not to come out and destroy the government facilities here. And Igbo, I know them as people that have been living in peace with Yoruba for years.
Yes.
Igbo obeyed that call.
Yes.
So that they will not sever the diplomatic relation they had with Yoruba.
Yes.
So that's why they stay put, they sit at their various home, eating and drinking yesterday.
Yes.
Because nobody wants to violate this law. Yorubas are law abiding. Their Igbo visitors or guests are law abiding.
Yes.
We never found ourselves in chaos in the history of this country. So it is a call for peace by Yoruba, and Igbos adhere to it. I did not expect any Igbo man, unless press, members of the press, could go there and do what? Create content and sell it to the members of the world. No Igbo man should protest by carrying placard. Why? What are you protesting for? We've been living in peace with Yoruba. The Yoruba say we shouldn't protest. We should obey them. They are our host. So that's why we didn't take part yesterday. But the way I'm getting it wrong is that the Hausa protesters are being bloody. They are being destructive. They should have done it, in a serene manner. In serene manners.
Yes.
It shouldn't be violent. It shouldn't be very, very bloody. They should have gone far from sanguinary action that will culminated to bloodletting. And you could see now, police shot them, and those guys shot were gone. They are dead. I saw in Abuja, FCT, at FCT, where the protesters are climbing what? Traffic lights.
Yes. In Kano, that was in Kano, sir.
Okay, Kano.
Yes.
Okay, my brother. The reason why Igbo sit back was that had even Igbo partake. After much of the protests in Kano, they will come out to say it's Igbo people.
Yes.
So that vandalism is not Igbo bound that was on top there. I monitor the camera well. There are the same people from that region. So Igbo was busy sitting down at home, which is another way of protesting injustice meted against Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
Anytime Nnamdi Kanu issues score, it is only the Igbos. We are the ones shouldering it. Nobody's helping us. So Nigeria youth, you should take care of this protest. And my advice is that do it peacefully. Just stay one corner, march on the highways, don't vandalize, don't destroy government facilities, do it peacefully and amicably. Then direct to the secretariat, you should go and table your grievances. And government